Hi everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. So today we are going to conduct the daily PIB analysis for 23rd October 2020. आज हम 23rd October 2020 का daily PIB analysis cover कर रहे हैं and today we have very important topics to cover. आज का जो PIB है वो basically geography और GS paper 2 से related है. Right, so we are going to focus on geography and GS paper 2 because the updates on 23rd October 2020 in PIB were related to these two topics only. Okay, so make sure that you are simultaneously making short notes in the class. Do not be dependent on the lengthy notes. Always make your own short notes. अपने खुद के short notes बनाने हैं, ठीक है? तो हम भी साइड बाय साइड आपके साथ शॉर्ट नोट्स बनाएंगे. यू ऑल्सो हैव टू मेक साइमल्टेनियसली द शॉर्ट नोट्स विद द क्लास. द पीडीएफ यू विल बी गेटिंग ऑन माय टेलीग्राम चैनल सिंप्लीफाइंग यूपीएससी विद ईज. पीडीएफ आपको मिल जाएगा चैनल पर. नाउ बिफोर एनी डिले, राइट, let's make a short announcement and then we'll start the class. एक छोटी सी announcement है आप सभी के लिए. Today is 24th October, tomorrow is 25th October and on 25th October Unacademy Plus under Unacademy Aspire is conducting all India free mock test for civil service aspirants. आज 24 अक्टूबर है, कल 25 है. कल सुबह 10 बजे फ्री मॉक टेस्ट शुरू होने वाला है and it will be live in the morning 10 a.m. You have to take the test at 10 a.m. in the morning. And these tests are conducted twice in a month, that is on 10th and 25th of every month. हर महीने 2 बार ये टेस्ट कंडक्ट होता है. If you are a serious aspirant now, if you really want to crack it, then please do attempt these tests because these tests will give you your all India ranks. ये टेस्ट जो है ना, ये आपके all India ranks आपको देंगे. And detailed performance reports also. Detailed performance report का मतलब क्या है? What do you mean by DPR? DPR means the areas where you are weak, the areas where you are strong. By the way of graphs, they will tell you कि आप कौन से एरिया में strong हो, कौन से एरिया में weak हो. And also they will tell you your speed also. ये आपको आपकी speed भी बताएंगे that what is your speed of answering the question, what is your speed of thinking about an answer and then marking it. And also it will be a live test, so all India rank will be given to you कि आपकी preparation के हिसाब से पूरे इंडिया में जितने बच्चों ने ये टेस्ट दिया है उसमें आपका कहाँ रैंक आता है. It will let you know which questions were incorrect, why they were incorrect. It will provide you solution also and discussion of the test also. And also the list of your ranking will be given to you and your performance scores will be given to you. And not just this, these tests are going to give you scholarships and prizes also. If you score from rank 1 to rank 50, you are going to earn prizes and scholarships up to 5 lakh rupees. अगर मान लो आपके शुरू के 50 में रैंक आ जाती है ना, तो आपको प्राइज और स्कॉलरशिप भी मिलने वाला है. सो दीज आर रिवॉर्डिंग टेस्ट. Unacademy Aspire free rewarding test आपको दे रहे हैं. So if you score between rank 1 to rank 3, you will get free UPSC CSE 6-month subscription. If you score between rank 1 to rank 10, then apart from the 6-month subscription, you will get Amazon voucher of rupees 10,000. Then rank 11 to rank 30 students will get Amazon voucher worth 5,000 rupees and rank 31 to rank 50 will get Amazon voucher worth 3,000 rupees. So as you can see, these tests are coming with the scholarships and prizes also. ये test scholarships और prize के साथ आ रहे हैं. The syllabus of the test will be the current events, history, geography, polity, governance, eco, social development, environment and general science. And don't worry if you have not started your preparation, you have just started with the NCERTs, you are a beginner, then also you can attend the test. Because that way you will learn the pattern of the questions that are coming in prelims. मान लो आप बिगनर भी हो तो भी टेस्ट देकर देखो, इससे आपको ना पता चल जाएगा कि पैटर्न क्या है, आखिर कैसे क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं, मुझे कैसे तैयारी शुरू करनी है, राइट. And this will be conducted 10 a.m. in the morning, 25th October. The link to enroll in this free mock test is given below in the description box. मैंने description box में link दिया हुआ है, वहां जाके click करेंगे तो इस टेस्ट में आप enroll कर सकते हैं खुद को. Tomorrow 10 a.m. in the morning, 2 hours का टेस्ट है. 10 a.m. in the morning, 100 questions will be there. Do attempt this test. And of course it's free of cost. देने में क्या जा रहा है टेस्ट, आप अपनी परफॉर्मेंस ही देखोगे ना, ठीक है. So if you're a serious aspirant, do attend this test tomorrow 25th October 10 a.m. in the morning. Coming on to the first important topic in PIB, India Meteorological Department, that is the IMD. Now this is related to GS paper 3 disaster and disaster management. ये topic related है आपका GS paper 3 से disaster and disaster management, GSM 3. Now Indian Meteorological Department commissions flash flood guidance services for South Asia. Flash flood guidance. Now ये flash flood जो topic है ना, ये टॉपिक आपका प्रीलिम्स के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है. दिस टॉपिक इज इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर प्रीलिम्स एज वेल एज GSM3, GS मेंस पेपर 3 के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है. तो IMD ने क्या किया है, एक फ्लैश फ्लड गाइडेंस सर्विस स्टार्ट की है साउथ एशिया के लिए. इट हैज स्टार्टेड द फ्लैश फ्लड गाइडेंस सर्विस. So India has launched this guidance service for South Asian countries. Now also remember, if you are a beginner, what are these South Asian countries? कौन सी countries को South Asian countries बोलते हैं? India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka. Why? To issue impact-based forecasting of floods which are very sudden and of short duration at watershed and also at city level. So if there are, all of a sudden there are floods which are, severe in nature, to alert about those floods to the South Asian countries, this flash flood guidance service has been started by IMD. The flash flood guidance service is first of its kind for South Asian countries. ये पहली ऐसी सर्विस है जो स्टार्ट की गई है. And it is a very strong system. Robust means very strong system, which is designed to provide necessary products in real time to support the development of warnings for flash floods about 6 to 12 hours in advance at watershed level, with a resolution of 4 kilometer into 4 kilometer for the flash flood prone South Asian countries. तो first pointer, अगर आप notes बना रहे हो, if you are making notes, make sure कि आप इस तरीके से notes बना रहे हो, right? फ्लैश फ्लड गाइडेंस सिस्टम जो बनाया गया है वो बनाया गया है आपका साउथ एशियन कंट्रीज के लिए, फॉर दी साउथ एशियन नेशंस. ओके, एंड दिस सिस्टम इज अ वेरी रोबस्ट सिस्टम. बहुत ही, दीज वर्ड्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट. मेंस में ना थोड़ा आंसर इनहैंस हो जाता है. रोबस्ट मीन्स वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग सिस्टम. रियल टाइम सपोर्ट है इसके अंदर. रियल टाइम मीन्स जैसे ही फ्लड्स आने वाले होंगे आपको अलर्ट जारी कर दिया जाएगा. रियल टाइम सपोर्ट सिस्टम, राइट, फॉर वार्निंग्स, फॉर द वार्निंग्स ऑफ फ्लैश फ्लड्स के वार्निंग के लिए. एंड इट विल बी गिवन 6 to 12 आवर्स इन एडवांस. एडवांस में ही वार्निंग अलर्ट इशू कर दिया जाएगा. IMD has tested the performance of the system during recent monsoon seasons also. The system has in-depth science, dynamics and diagnostics. So it has science, technology, dynamics and diagnostics to provide guidance for the possible occurrences of flash flood at the local level. एंड इन 6 आवर्स अगर थ्रेड्स आपको लगता है कि IMD को लगता है थोड़ा डेंजर है तो 6 घंटे पहले ही अलर्ट जारी कर देंगे. अगर IMD को लगता है कि बहुत ज्यादा सिवियर है, राइट, इंटेंसिटी, तो 24 घंटे पहले, एक दिन पहले ही जो अलर्ट है वो इशू हो जाएगा. ठीक है. सो व्हाट आर फ्लैश फ्लड्स? अब ये फ्लैश फ्लड्स क्या होते हैं? दीज आर कैरेक्टराइज्ड बाय वेरी फास्ट राइज एंड रिसेशन ऑफ फ्लो ऑफ स्मॉल वॉल्यूम एंड हाई डिस्चार्ज व्हिच कॉजेस हाई डैमेजेस बिकॉज ऑफ सडननेस. सो ऑल ऑफ अ सडन द फ्लड्स, when they attack a particular area, right, but their volume is small but their discharge is very high, so that is known as flash floods. So एकदम से all of a sudden छोटी क्वांटिटी में एकदम फ्लड्स आती है ना, उन्हें हम फ्लैश फ्लड्स कहते हैं, जो ऑल ऑफ अ सडन आती हैं. दिस अकर्स इन हिली, अंडरलाइन दिस, कहां पर होता है ये? इट अकर्स इन हिली एंड नॉट टू हिली रीजन्स एंड स्लोपिंग लैंड्स where heavy rainfall and thunderstorms or cloud bursts are common. ठीक है. So in these areas flash floods can be seen where thunderstorms are common, जहाँ पर बिजली ज्यादा कड़कती है. Cloud bursts are often visible over there. Not to hilly regions, sloping lands, वहाँ पर जहाँ heavy rainfall होता है वहाँ ये flash floods आती हैं. And how are they caused? They are caused by heavy or excessive rainfall in a short period of time, generally less than 6 hours. These are characterized by raging torrents after heavy rains that rip through river beds, urban streets or mountain canyons, sweeping everything before them. They can occur within minutes or few hours of excessive rainfall. जब ज्यादा बारिश होती है ना तो उसके कुछ मिनटों के अंदर या कुछ घंटों के अंदर फ्लैश फ्लड्स occur कर सकते हैं. Also, they can be seen in low-lying areas. छोटे ड्राई लेक्स या बेसिन्स होते हैं ना, वहां पर भी देखे जाते हैं फ्लैश फ्लड्स. ठीक है. So what are the causes of flash floods? This is important for GS paper 3. They can ask this question. They can give you a question, what are flash floods, and examine the causes of flash floods, right? आपको 10 mark का question आ सकता है. This can be asked for 10 marks. ठीक है. So make sure that you are preparing flash floods. A flash flood is a rapid inundation of geographically low-lying areas. देखो, अपना ज्यादा अपने इसके अंदर आपको ज्योग्राफी के अंदर चतुराई नहीं दिखानी होती है, right? When it is about geography, do not be extra over smart. Okay? Why? Because in geography, if you are writing in a geographical language, you will earn more marks. But if you are just you can say walking around the answer, you are just trying to play with the sentences or play with the words and writing in your own language, that will make you lose marks, राइट अगर अपनी ही लैंग्वेज में कुछ भी लाइन बनाकर लिख रहे हो, जॉब टेक्निकल, आप ज्योग्राफी थोड़ा टेक्निकल सब्जेक्ट है और टेक्निकलिटी से परे हटकर आप कुछ भी लाइंस बना के कुछ भी अपने मन से वर्ड्स बना के लिख रहे हो ना, तो उसमें मार्क्स चले जाते हैं. सो मेक श्योर दैट यू आर इन ज्योग्राफी, यू आर यूजिंग द ज्योग्राफिकल टर्म्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल रैपिड इनंडेशन, दीज आर द ज्योग्राफिकल टर्म्स दैट यू नीड टू focus on in geography. ठीक है. So flash flood is a rapid inundation of geomorphically low-lying areas, washes, rivers, dry lakes and basins, and it may be caused by heavy rain, thunderstorms, hurricane, tropical storm or cloud burst. ठीक है. Now floods are not always caused by heavy rainfall. हमेशा ऐसा नहीं होता कि बस भारी बारिश हुई, इस वजह से ज्यादा बारिश हुई इसलिए floods आ गए. नहीं, they can be caused by number of things. For example, if there is rainfall plus thunderstorm, हेवी रेनफॉल तो है और बिजली भी खूब कड़क रही है और क्लाउड बर्स्ट भी हो गया, राइट, इन दैट केस. सो फ्लैश फ्लड्स कैन अकर ड्यू टू डैम और लेवी ब्रेक्स ऑल्सो, और मड स्लाइड्स, दैट इज डेब्रिस फ्लो. जब पहाड़ी से आप देखते हो ना एकदम लैंडस्लाइड जैसी सिचुएशन आ जाती है, उस केस में भी फ्लैश फ्लड्स अकर करते हैं. डैम टूट जाता है, उस केस में भी फ्लैश फ्लड्स अकर करते हैं. In areas on or near volcanoes, flash floods have also occurred after eruptions when glaciers have been melted by the intense heat. अब मान लो ओशनिक एरिया के आसपास कोई एक्टिव वॉल्केनो बर्स्ट करता है, तो बड़े बड़े जो आइस आपके ग्लेशियर्स होते हैं ना, आइसबर्ग्स होते हैं, वो मेल्ट होने लगते हैं वोल्केनिक लावा की वजह से, राइट, जिसकी वजह से भी जो फ्लैश फ्लड्स हैं उनका आगमन हो जाता है. इंटेंसिटी ऑफ रेनफॉल, द लोकेशन, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ रेनफॉल, दीज आर द कॉजेज थ्रू विच फ्लैश फ्लड्स दे अकर. ठीक है, ये कॉजेज भी हैं. ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट आर द रीसेंट फ्लैश फ्लड्स केसेस इन इंडिया? In 2012 we saw the Himalayan flash floods. Then in 2013 flash floods occurred in Uttarakhand, Kedarnath. 2017 में अभी उत्तराखंड में जो आपने देखा था वो फ्लैश फ्लड्स ही था. वेस्ट बंगाल, बिहार, there were multiple states in northeast which saw the flash floods in 2017. Now World Meteorological Organization on flash floods, what do they have to say? इनका क्या कहना है flash floods के ऊपर? They have designated India as the nodal center for developing customized model to issue advance warning of floods to Asian countries. So this is a good, you can say WMO, they are trusting India, right? Technologically and scientifically, they are trusting India, and that is why they have made India as the nodal center, principal center. राइट, हमें एक प्रिंसिपल सेंटर बनाया है वर्ल्ड मेट्रोलॉजिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने कि एशियन कंट्रीज में फ्लैश फ्लड्स कहीं भी आता है वहां पर हम एडवांस वार्निंग जारी करेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल इन वियतनाम, श्रीलंका, म्यांमार और थाईलैंड. द मॉडल विल बी नोन एज फ्लैश फ्लड गाइडेंस सिस्टम. IMD under Ministry of Earth Science will work to customize this weather model. Also remember IMD falls under which ministry? IMD कौन सी मिनिस्ट्री में आती है? मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ अर्थ साइंस में आती है, ये याद रखना. ठीक है. So what is this flash flood guidance system? The model will provide forecast by computing likelihood of rainfall. That means what are the chances that rainfall is going to occur, and soil moisture levels. Right? तो ये याद रखना, likelihood of rainfall and soil moisture level. On the basis of this, the model will provide forecast announcements to warn of the future floods. It will also carry out forecast by using combination of satellite mapping and ground-based observation. This will also be used to carry out the forecast. अब किसके बेसिस पे अनाउंसमेंट की जाएगी? रेनफॉल एंड सॉइल मॉइस्चर लेवल्स के बेसिस पे. और कैसे की जाएगी? सैटेलाइट मैपिंग के द्वारा. It will be customized weather model because IMD will customize it. Originally it was developed by US. ये जो flood guidance system है US ने develop किया था, right? And it was donated to WMO to warn about flash floods at least 6 hours in advance, right? And now India has been made the nodal agency to make this announcement, and IMD is going to customize this weather model. Okay, so for prelims remember that flood guidance system was developed by US ने इसको डेवलप किया था, हम बस इसको मॉडिफाई करके यूज कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. Price rise in onions. Government has stepped up disposal of onion from the buffer stock. Essential Commodities Amendment Act 2020 provides for the circumstances for the imposition of stock limit under extraordinary price rise. अब एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज एक्ट जो है वो इस साल तो पूछा नहीं गया, तो हो सकता है कि ये अगले साल पूछा जाए. The Essential Commodities Amendment Act 2020 provides for the circumstances, that is the situations फॉर द इम्पोजिशन ऑफ स्टॉक लिमिट अंडर एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी प्राइस राइज। जब एकदम प्राइस राइज होने लगता है तो उस केस में स्टॉक लिमिट कितना रखना है, उस चीज के लिए क्या किस सर्कमस्टांस में स्टॉक लिमिट रखना है, वो सर्कमस्टांस के बारे में हमें एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज एक्ट 2020 के द्वारा पता चलता है। Now the price of onions have increased by more than 100% when we compare it with the average of last 5 years. Thus, the price triggers under the EC Act has been reached. जब प्राइस बढ़ने लगता है तो हमें स्टॉक लिमिट लगाना पड़ता है. When the prices are rising, we need to put a stock limit, right? So that we have started because of the Essential Commodities Amendment Act 2020. So what are the steps taken by government? Stock limit on onions has been imposed with effect from 23rd October 2020 because the prices were increasing for more than 100%, right? Stock limit is 25 million ton for wholesalers. अब underline this is again important. Wholesalers के लिए different limit है and 2 million ton for retailers for a period up to 31st December 2020. Further, onions are also being disposed of through open market sales. This will be stepped up further to bring down the price rise. So all these steps are being taken to bring down the price rise. Price को नीचे लाने के लिए ये steps लिए जा रहे हैं government के द्वारा. Now another point that you need to understand is what is open market sale. ये open market sale क्या होता है? So open market sales means selling of food grains by government or government agencies at a predetermined price in open market. It is done to enhance the supply of grains, especially during the lean season, to moderate the general open market prices. That is the open market sales scheme of the government. Okay. To additionally ensure the availability of onions in the mandis is a place where the vegetables are sold, government has taken steps to facilitate the import of onion also, so that the prices will come down. Now coming on to the next important topic, Project Snow Leopard, that is PSL. Project Snow Leopard के ऊपर prelims 2017 और 18 में I guess question आ चुका है, right? So you have to prepare it very intensively because this year also it is in news and you might expect a question in 2021 or 2022. So International Snow Leopard Day is observed on 23rd October. 23 October को Snow Leopard Day celebrate किया जाता है. Why? To raise awareness on protection of the snow leopards which are endangered. जो snow leopards endangered है उनको protect करने के लिए. So Project Snow Leopard is a program under which Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, with the overarching goal to safeguard and conserve India's unique natural heritage of high altitude wildlife populations and their habitats by promoting conservation through participatory policies and actions. The Project Snow Leopard is under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Aim is to preserve the animals which are living in the high altitude areas, to conserve them. The location of the project, it is all biologically important, right? Landscapes in the Himalayan high altitudes, for example Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Sikkim or Arunachal Pradesh. So the leopards which are found in these areas, the other wildlife animals or species which are found in this area, they are protected in this project. It was launched in 2009 and what is the aim of this program? Aim is to promote a knowledge-based and adaptive conservation framework that involves the local communities who share the snow leopards range in conservation efforts. So it is an all-inclusive program. Underline this. ये inclusive program है. That means the citizens are also made aware of the importance of the snow leopard and they are also included in the program to save or to preserve or conserve the species. Now the government of India has also identified snow leopard as a flagship species of high altitude Himalayas. So this is again very important point for your prelims. ये news अपने आप में ही prelims के लिए काफी important है. So make sure that you are not missing any fact, any point in this particular news. Next important topic is International Labour Organization. So India has assumed the chairmanship of governing body of ILO, that is International Labour Organization. Another important feat achieved by India. ये भी एक अपने आप में बहुत ही important point है जो इंडिया को एक better books में डालता है globally. right? So India's assumed the chairmanship. Now International Labour Organization, in the governing body, India is also a chairman. Shri Apurva Chandra, secretary, has been elected as the chairperson of governing body. Remember the name, ये Shri Apurva Chandra का नाम याद रखना है आपको. And he will be the chairperson from October 2020 to June 2021. The chairperson of governing body of ILO is a position of international repute, and governing body is the topmost executive body of ILO, which decides the policies, programs, agenda, budget, elects a director general. And at present ILO has 187 members, and out of these 187 members, India has assumed the chairmanship. So this is a very, very important day for us, right? A very congratulatory moment for us and for Shri Apurva Chandra as well. Another important topic, Indian astronomers uncovered the mystery behind decline of star formation rate after its peak 8 to 10 billion years ago. Now last week we covered this topic holistically in the Hindu newspaper, in the Hindu analysis classes. हमने last week ये topic बहुत holistically cover किया था. Now it is in PIB also. So that means it has been repeated twice. That means it is of very, it is very significant. ये बहुत ज़्यादा significant topic, right? So you have to prepare it. So a team of astronomers from National Center for Radio Astrophysics, Pune, and Raman Research Institute, Bangalore, which is an autonomous institute of Department of Science and Technology, has used the upgraded giant Metri Wave Radio Telescope operated by NCRA TIFR. Why they have used this telescope? क्यों use किया है? To measure the atomic hydrogen content of galaxies seen as they were 8 billion years ago. We discussed in detail what is atomic hydrogen content and what is this GMRT. GMRT काफी important है prelims 2021 and prelims 2022 के लिए. The research funded by DST Department of Science and Technology has been published in the journal called Nature. So for long, scientists have been intrigued by the decrease in the rate at which stars were formed. जिस rate पे stars form होते हैं ना, उस rate में कह सकते हो आप कटौती हो रही है, यानी कि डिक्रीज हो रहा है, डिक्रीमेंट देखने को मिल रहा है, वो रेट कम हो रहा है. They have now deciphered the mystery. Now we have understood why this rate is falling down. ये स्टार फॉर्मेशन क्यों ये एक्टिविटी डिक्लाइन हो रही है, we have now understood it by measuring the atomic hydrogen of the galaxies. We all know that galaxies are made up of gas and stars, and gas converts to stars with time. धीरे धीरे गैस जो होता है वो stars में convert हो जाता है. Understanding this conversion requires measurement of atomic hydrogen gas, which is the primary fuel for star formation in galaxies. This is again important point for prelims, right? Star formation में atomic hydrogen gas एक primary fuel का काम करता है. So astronomers have long known that galaxies formed stars at a higher rate when universe was young, right, as compared to today when the universe is not so young. So the cause of this decline is unknown, but we have reached to the primary fuel, that is the atomic hydrogen gas content in the galaxies, measuring which we can understand the real cause of decrease in the star formation activity. इतनी बात सबको समझ आ गई. So this is this whole important news जिसके अंदर you have to, the scientists are using GMRT technology which you have to study. Coming on to the last important topic, which is waste to wealth, sustainable processing of municipal solid waste. With an ever-increasing population and rapid pace of urbanization, India is facing a huge challenge of waste management. India में इस वक्त में waste management को लेकर काफी problems चल रही हैं. The volume of waste is projected to rise from 62 million tons to about 150 million tons by 2030. देखो पढ़ने में तो बहुत छोटा लग रहा है, बट एक्चुअली में अगर आप इमेजिन करोगे ना विजुअली तो आप घबरा जाओगे. व्हेन यू विल विजुअली इमेजिन 150 मिलियन टन्स ऑफ वेस्ट बाय 2030, यू विल बी हॉरिफाइड, right? So it's not a very good condition. Indiscriminate dumping of garbage at the current rate without appropriate scientific treatment would impose a huge requirement of landfill area per year. And if landfill area is increased, then what area will remain for plantation, for tree forest formation or for urbanization, right? आधे से ज्यादा जमीन तो पृथ्वी पर आप वेस्ट को डंप करने के लिए यूज कर लोगे. So this necessitates the importance of scientific solid waste management in today's content. Scientifically हमें कोई ना कोई ऐसी टेक्निक निकालनी पड़ेगी जिससे जमीन भी बर्बाद ना हो और वेस्ट भी मैनेज हो जाए. So municipal solid waste generation in India, studies suggest that municipal solid waste generated in India consists of large fraction of organic waste. Unscientific disposal of this organic waste produces greenhouse gases. जब आप इसको unscientifically इसको dump करते हो organic waste को, तो GHG emissions होता है जिससे air pollutants बनते हैं. Ineffective processing of this waste is also the root cause of many disease, because the dumped landfill area, it transforms into contamination hubs where the bacteria and viruses are formed, which then spread to the human generation. So most commonly used processing, composting, also does not yield impactful economic returns. आगे बढ़ते हैं. व्हाट आर द स्टेप्स विच आर टेकन फॉर वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट इन इंडिया. इंडिया में कौन से स्टेप्स लिए गए वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट के लिए? द CSIR-CMERI डेवलप्ड म्युनिसिपल सॉलिड वेस्ट प्रोसेसिंग फैसिलिटी. It has not only helped achieving decentralized decimation of solid waste, but has also helped create value-added end products like dry leaves and dry grass. Another is Solid Waste Management Rules 2016, which were prescribed by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. It also mandates source segregation of waste to channelize the waste to wealth by recovery, reuse and recycling. That is the 3 R's जो कि आप स्कूल के टाइम से पढ़ ही रहे होंगे. ठीक है. What are the different methods or technologies used for waste management? This question can come for 15 marks in GS paper 3. ये question आ सकता है GSM 3 में 15 नंबर का. What is solid waste management and what are the different methods or technologies used for waste management? Discuss. This question can come. So first is the plasma arc gasification process. It uses electricity to generate high temperature plasma arc inside the plasma reactor, which converts the waste into syngas. And this syngas, when passed through a series of gas purification system consisting of catalytic converter, redox reactor, cyclone separator, is ready to use in gas engines for generation of electricity. Now this technology is not economically feasible because here the energy requirements for waste treatment is very high. ठीक है. इसमें जो एनर्जी लगती है ना, ये कन्वर्जन करने के लिए बहुत ज्यादा एनर्जी लगती है, जिससे एनर्जी का वेस्ट होता है. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो इकोनॉमिकली नॉट, कॉस्ट वाइज नॉट वेरी फीजिबल. सेकेंड टेक्नोलॉजी इज द बायोमास वेस्ट डिस्पोजल. बायोमास वेस्ट, as you can see, such as dry leaves, dead branch, dead grass, they are disposed of by first shredding it to suitable size, followed by mixing with the slurry of biogas digester, which you might have studied in, आपने इसको पढ़ा होगा in class 9th, I guess. In class 9th in geography NCERTs you must have studied it, right? This mixture is, or in the science NCERT. Yes, in the science NCERT you must have studied this in class 9th. This mixture is feedstock for briquette, which is utilized as fuel for cooking. And the ash which are produced from burning the briquettes is mixed with cement and water, which is used for the construction work. The third important technique is polymer waste disposal. Polymer waste consisting of plastic, sanitary waste, etc. is being disposed of through two main processes, that is pyrolysis and plasma gasification, question on which came in 2019 prelims. अब इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आया था 2019 के प्रीलिम्स में. ठीक है. तो अगेन दिस बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है. यू हैव टू स्टडी दीज टू topics. In the pyrolysis process, polymer waste is heated to a temperature of 400 to 600 degrees Celsius in an anaerobic environment in presence of suitable catalyst. The volatile matter from the polymer waste comes out as a result of heating, which on condensation gives pyrolysis oil. Right? तो दिस मेथड ऑल्सो यू कैन स्टडी. अब ये मेथड आपका प्रीलिम्स में आ चुका है, तो आपको इसको पढ़ना पड़ेगा. नाउ इट इज रिपीटेड अगेन, सो यू हैव टू स्टडी दिस मेथड. Fourth is the sanitary waste disposal. Sanitary items like masks, napkins, diapers, etc. they are disposed of utilizing high temperature plasma. So what is the importance of sustainable solid waste management? First of all, the zero waste and zero landfill ecology, technology of decentralized MSW, that is the municipal waste, and its sustainable processing opens up the opportunities to realize the dream of generating 100 gigawatt solar power. आप इसको convert करके non-renewable energy भी बना सकते हो. And also if you are using technologies, techniques to convert the waste into certain usable energies, then you will require companies or industries or factories for that, and if you established factories, for that you will require labor, and labor means that you will create jobs, right? So ये जो process है solid waste management का, इससे jobs भी create हो सकती हैं, ठीक है? So this was all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's class. I hope आपको आज की class अच्छी लगी हो. Do not forget to enroll in this All India free mock test for civil service aspirants. Tomorrow you have to give this test. Link is given below in the description box. It's a free test, 10 a.m. in the morning. Do give this test and also win exciting prizes and scholarships of worth 5 lakh rupees. On that note, we are wrapping up the session. Thank you everyone.